This video has been funded in part by the Guild via Patreon. Check out the links in the description or at the end of this video for more details. Hello everybody, my name is Chris Gildart, and not only did Touken Ranbu Warriors get an English demo, but it was announced that it would actually get a PC release. I didn't mention it in my previous video, but originally we were only slated to get the Nintendo Switch version in the West. But on May 17th, we finally got the announcement of the PC version, which was paired with the announcement that the demo on both platforms was available. I didn't play the English demo on Switch, mostly because I had already played through the Japanese demo, which if you haven't watched the video on my initial thoughts on the demo, you can click on the iCard. I won't be going over too much of the gameplay mechanics in this video, so if you want a breakdown of what the game feels like, I'd highly recommend that you check out that first video. Today I'll be talking about the story that the demo provides, as well as what it's like playing on the PC. If I can plug one more video before we go too far, it would be the graphics comparison that I uploaded over on the second channel, Gildart Gameplay. If you're interested to see what the difference between the Switch and the PC is, I would recommend that you check that out as well. Now that we're done plugging different videos, let's get into the meat and potatoes. First of all, the demo only provides basic context to the world. Through the narration of the intro and through character conversations between each stage, you're told that the year is 2205 and the history retrograde army is bent on attacking the Touken Danshi and their Honmaru. If all of those words didn't make sense to you, don't worry. The Touken Danshi is the name given to the characters you'll be playing as. I mentioned this in the other video, but Touken Ranbu's characters are all personifications of famous historical weapons. One of the characters in the first stage of the demo is Tombogiri, which Samurai Warriors fans will recognize as Torakatsu Honda's famous spear. The Honmaru is essentially their home base. The History Retrograde Army, or HRA as they're often referred to in this game, are an army of time-traveling beings bent on changing history. The Touken Danshi's job is to keep the timeline in check. However, these Touken Danshi's Honmaru is already in disarray, so Konosuke shows up to help the Touken Danshi take on the numerous HRA. Through the small character interactions between stages, we get a glimpse of each Touken Danshi's personality. For the most part, their character designs do a really good job of showing what type of personality they would have. I don't think anyone had a large departure from my expectations based on the time I spent with the Japanese demo on the Switch. The characters that stood out to me personality-wise were Sengo Muramasa, Kasen Kanesada, Heshikiri Hasabe, and Shokudaikiri Mitsutara. They seem to stand out the most to me. Sengo seems like he'd be a mix of Zhang He and Frankenfurter. Kasen seems like a good comedic character. He's pretty straightforward but cares a lot about his appearances. Think like a Yuan Shao light. Heshikiri seems a little on the intense side, and then we have Shokudaikiri. Maybe I'm drawn to him because of his Shahodun-like appearance, but he's like the cheerleader to his squad, and I absolutely love that. I'm also interested to see how the rivalry between Yamanbangiri Kunihiro and Yamanbangiri Chogi plays out. They seem like an interesting sub-story. All in all, I'm pretty interested to see where this game is going to take these characters and teams. Besides the story, let's talk about how this game plays on PC. When I originally played the demo on Switch, it wasn't the best experience in the world, but it didn't run nearly as poorly as some of the other Warriors games do. Touken Ranbu Warriors runs as well as you'd expect almost any Switch port to run. Sub 30 frames with duller textures than you'd get on any other console. I'll be honest, I'm a bit disappointed that there's no other console releases. I would have loved for this to be my first PS5 review, but back to the PC demo. I can only get 1080p, but the PC version is capable of reaching 4K. It also ran at a pretty solid 60 frames per second, but I did notice the odd jitter during pre-rendered cutscenes. I noticed it didn't happen at the exact same time every time, so it may have just been something in the background of my PC making it chug a little bit. But overall, the experience on PC is way better than on the Switch. I mean, what did you expect? This is the version of Touken Ranbu Warriors I wanted all along. There were also a couple of things that I wanted to mention about the gameplay too. First off, I did get something wrong in my last video. I said before that this was the first game to have battle damage, but I completely forgot that the first Ken's Rage also had that. So this would be like the second game to include it. I also wanted to see how deep the battle damage goes, and it only goes to one layer. I didn't let my health drop far enough for me to get a game over, so I can't fully confirm, but I think I went far enough. I also don't know if I played on easy or normal when I played the Japanese demo because I can't read it, but I definitely know that I didn't play on hard. So I tried out the PC demo on that difficulty and didn't have any challenges. I had battle damage happen a bit more often, but it was only because of certain attacks being used more often. If I really wanted to see battle damage more often than not, I would just have to stand there and let myself be attacked. I also noticed something that I didn't touch on in the last video, and that's the photo mode. I'm really happy that a photo mode exists in this game because I love taking advantage of it. I don't really share photo mode pics as much as I should, but I love using this feature for thumbnail purposes. It's something that I'd like to see more of in future games. Atelier Sophie and Ryza had this, as well as Dynasty Warriors 9, and even though I'm not the biggest fan of the latter, I still made use of it while I was playing. There is also a photo contest that Koei Tecmo America is doing on Twitter, so if you'd like to win a poster and some keychains or even a copy of the game, download the demo on Switch or PC and give it a go. But all in all, I know some of you are wondering if you should pick this game up, and unfortunately, I'd say it's still too early to decide. The demo is literally just the tutorial, so it's not like you can know how the full game will feel from it. The stages are extremely short and small, but they are designed that way. Hopefully when the game releases, we'll see larger stages. From my time with the demo, I don't think this is going to be the title that brings the Warriors franchise into the next evolution. I honestly think this game will serve more as an entry title for newcomers. The controls are a little bit more basic, but still nuanced enough that longtime players won't feel too brain dead playing it. Long story short, give the demo a try if you want some hands-on experience, and if you can't because you don't have a Switch or a good enough PC, I also uploaded a playthrough of the demo over on the second channel. If you're still on the fence after the demo, I do plan on covering Touken Ranbu Warriors in a PVC mini review once the game comes out, which isn't too far from now. I hope you're all looking forward to the review, which will likely come out sometime after Musou. Anyways, everybody, thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, give it a like and subscribe for more. What character interests you the most? Let me know in the comments below. And if you'd like to help support this channel and what I do here, you can join the guild just like these awesome people that you're seeing on screen right now. You can join their names at the end of every single video for just $1 a month over on Patreon, or you can do a one-time donation and join the volunteer unit over on Ko-fi. There's other rewards and other tiers as well, so check out the links that you see on screen, and I will see you all down in the comments.